Hey guys, so it's Wednesday, and I'm going to be talking about injury prevention. On Friday, I will also have another video for you guys that is basically about how I've dealt with my own personal injuries, and you'll be able to find out how terrible I am at following my own advice. But injury prevention today is going to be what you can do to prevent your injuries in both stretching and in class, and then also what to do when you do get injured. And face it, we're dancers. An injury is going to happen at least once or twice in our life, and as far as career goes anyway. But injury prevention and stretching is really important. Injury prevention in class. Let's cover stretching first. Don't stretch cold, and don't stretch dumb. Stretch for what you do, not for what other people do. I've been noticing this a lot in my current studio. They're all like ballerinas, well, you know, ballet dancers, not actual ballerinas, but they stretch cheerleading moves, or they stretch their arabesque, or they stretch, I don't know, turned in, which isn't exactly ballet. So I do suggest stretching for what you dance. If you dance ballet, make sure you're stretching properly, turned out, pointed feet, or flex feet, depending on what you're stretching. Don't stretch your scorpion, don't stretch your needle, because that's not what we do. If you do modern, stretch for modern. If you do competition dancing, stretch for that, but make sure you're not mixing different stretches. Like, some modern stretches are actually really good for ballet dancers, just because ballet dancers tend to get tight in different areas. But if you're a ballet dancer and you start doing a needle, your arabesque is probably going to start turning in a little, and no one likes a turned in arabesque. And that's a really bad habit. And also really importantly, I think I've mentioned it before, don't stretch cold. It's such a bad idea. I've stretched warm before, and I pulled my hamstring. I couldn't penché for 8 months. I kind of still can't, depending on the day. And that it's been almost 2 years. So do not stretch cold. I was lucky that I stretched warm. If you stretch cold and you do what I did, which I did a split on the wall, you could tear your hamstrings, which is really bad. I've known people that have torn their hamstrings and they couldn't dance for a year. And then they had to get back into the groove, and they were out of class for a year and a half because they were trying to get their strength back. Don't stretch dumb. What do you do when you want to prevent injuries in class? You listen to your teacher, and by listen I mean it doesn't go through one ear and out the other. I mean, my mom used to tell us to keep secrets by covering one of our ears so it doesn't go through. Do that in class, so it stays in your brain. Listen to your teachers. Make sure you aren't being dumb. I don't want to say that any of you are stupid, but it's really dumb if you don't listen to your teacher and if you don't listen to your body. You guys are all beautiful and amazing and smart, but just don't, it's really hard to say, but don't be prideful about your dancing or about your injury, because that can get you more injured. And don't sickle. When you jump, make sure you jump soft and with really good shock absorbers. I don't know if any of you drive or have parents that drive. You can ask them what's a shock absorber, and they'll tell you, oh, it protects the car from rattling like this. No one wants to sit in a car that your teeth are going to rattle out of your mouth, right? So that's kind of what ballet is. Our feet and our legs and our ankles and our knees and our hips are the shock absorbers, which prevent bone-on-bone collisions. Car talk. So that's really important. Don't dry your body. If you roll your knee, make sure you assess, why did that happen? How can I prevent that again? I don't suggest stretching before class, which goes back to the first point of stretching, just because you're cold. It's safer to stretch during class, in between bar and center, because you're warm. If you do happen to get injured in class, I would pause, analyze what just happened, and make sure that you can either dance on it or tell your teacher, and then take it easy. If you need to sit out, swallow your pride and don't be embarrassed about sitting out. It's not a bad thing. You're not sitting out because you got kicked out of class. You're sitting out because you're injured. Take notes, stretch. You're already warm, so why not, right? And just make sure you're being smart. You guys are smart. Use your brains. My teacher, one of my ballet masters actually, he would be like, use your liver, and then he'd point to his brain, and I don't know, he was really funny. It's not so funny when I say it, but use your livers, guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it, boiled down, really boiled down, like watered down heavily. I do have like 5 major things, like if you do get injured, do talk to your teacher. Ice it, heat it. Those kind of can be interchanged. Like if you talk to your teacher and they say, oh, heat that, then you should heat it. If they say ice it, ice it. If they say, heat ice, every 30 minutes, like ice it for 10, heat it for another 10 after 30 minutes has passed, then do that too. And then if you really need to, go to a doctor. And there's like one more point. It's swimming around in my brain. I should probably hold one of your clothes, right? Take ibuprofen. Super important. A lot of people say ibuprofen and acetaminophen are the same thing. They aren't. Ibuprofen is a fever reducer as well as a swelling reducer, which is important because if you are injured, there is some swelling in that injury, even if you can't see it. Whereas acetaminophen, it's just a fever reducer, or pain reducer. It's not necessarily a swelling reducer. So take ibuprofen because that's better. And like you don't have to go to a doctor to get ibuprofen. It's on the shelf at Walmart, or Target, I guess. I don't really shop at Target. I don't really shop at Walmart either. But ibuprofen. I actually love bath soaks. Those are really fun because you just get to relax and let your muscles relax, which is good. Really good for your muscles. And no, hot baths and hot showers do not count as warming up your muscles. If you want to stretch at home, do like a 30-minute bar exercise, like pliés, tendus, dégagés, rond de jambes for 30 minutes, and then you're warm, or like 15 minutes. And that's really good for you. But that's basically injury prevention. I will be talking, like I said, on Friday about my own injuries. And I'm going to probably cover my my hyperextension injury, which I'm currently dealing with, and my hamstring injury, which happened 2 years ago when I was at a summer intensive. My knee happened when I was at a summer intensive too. I have a lot of bad luck. But anyway, I'll see you guys on Friday. I'm really, really sorry for how long this is. But like, subscribe, comment, all down in the comment section. And please be safe and smart and beautiful, and happy dancing!